Didn't I say you'd better be good to me?
Yeah, we're best friends, right? Yeah. Please don't murder me. Welcome back, guys. Today we are checking out episode 3 of Star Trek The Original Series. So last episode, Charlie X, we had an adolescent child running amok around the Enterprise. He was extremely naughty and also very dangerous. Before we get started, I also have a Patreon where you guys can see full-length movie and TV show reactions. I don't know what this episode is about, I haven't read the title or anything, so let's just jump into it and see what it's all about.
Directly ahead, we're picking up a recorded distress signal. The call letters of a vessel which has been missing for over 2 centuries.
Oh, another missing vessel.
Did another Earth ship once probe out of the galaxy as we intend to do? What happened?
Playing 3D chess still?
Your move, Captain.
We should have intercepted by now. The bridge said they'd call.
What's with Spock and the fake tan?
If I ever mentioned you play a very irritating game of chess, Mr. Spock.
Irritating. Ah, yes. One of your Earth emotions.
Object is now within tractor beam range.
No visual contact, Mr. Kelso?
No, sir. Small enough to bring it aboard, sir, if you want to risk it.
Lock onto it, Mr. Kelso.
I love those button pressing sound effects.
Materializer ready, sir.
Bring it aboard.
Oh! Scotty!
Old-style ship recorder. They could be ejected when something threatened the ship. Let's hope its tapes are intact. We'll feed it through Mr. Spock's computer. Flash the bridge. Put all decks on the alert.
Is it signaling something? Where no man has gone before.
He played most illogically. His next move should have been the rook.
Seems like I'm a lot more people in this episode.
Acknowledge, Mr. Mitchell.
Screen on.
Who's this lady?
Approaching Galaxy Edge, sir.
Neutralize warp, mister. This is the captain speaking. The object we encountered is a ship's disaster recorder.
Tapes are burned out, trying the memory banks.
It's cool him talking to the rest of the crew.
Department head, sir. You wanted everybody on the bridge before we left the galaxy.
Jones?
Name's Smith, sir.
This is Dr. Dana, who joined the ship at the Aldebaran colony.
Psychiatry, Captain. My science
Dana?
study. If there was an emergency, I'd...
A Sulu as well. I know he was in the other episode, but he's actually on the bridge.
The breed, Doctor. Is that your line?
I heard that's more your specialty, Commander. Line included.
Roasted him.
They were thrown clear, turned, and headed back into the galaxy here. Sounds like the ship had encountered some unknown force. Repeated urgent requests for information from the ship's computer records for anything concerning ESP and human beings.
In tests, I've taken my ESP rated rather high.
I'm asking what you know about it.
Okay, then she's perfect for it then.
More than interested. Almost frantic about it.
I don't know why that guy in the front in the blue top, or they're all wearing blue tops, but the older chap, he looks like Robert De Niro.
I must have read it wrong. It sounded like the captain giving an order to destroy his own ship.
We're leaving the galaxy, Mr. Mitchell. Ahead, warp factor 1.
How do they know how to navigate? Because it's just endless darkness.
Force field of some kind.
We're coming up on it fast.
Deflectors, full intensity.
Deflectors, full intensity.
Deflectors say there's something there. Sensors say there isn't. Density negative.
Well, let's just take caution, right? And not go into it.
Contact in 12 seconds.
Hold me, woman. What are we going into?
Any radiation, anything?
Negative!
Seems like they stepped up the budget for this episode. She got zapped!
Lateral power!
Kirk on the helms? Okay, that was wild. We lost 2 crewsmen.
Me. Like an electrical charge.
He's alive, appears to be in shock.
Engineering deck 3, can you give damage report?
Main engines are out, sir. We're on emergency power cells. Casualties, 9 dead.
I'm a little weak for some reason, Chairman.
I feel all right now.
They haven't been infected with something. Not electro now.
Ship's space warp ability, gone. Earth bases, which were only days away, are now years in the distance. They lived through the barrier just as we have. What happened to them after that?
Oh, did those people get, like, infected and then they killed the rest of the crew?
Each case showed damage to the body's neural circuit. An area of the brain was burned out.
And you, are you feeling all right?
Why, out of our whole crew, only certain people were affected.
I think we found that answer, Doctor.
You mentioned that tests show that you have a high degree of extrasensory perception. Harry Mitchell has the highest Esper rating of all.
They're not also those who seem to see through solid objects, cause fires to start spontaneously.
There's nothing about it that could possibly make a person dangerous.
Well, we'll see about that, miss.
Do we know for sure, Doctor, that there isn't another kind?
I was really liking the sound effects of this episode.
Hello, Jim.
How would you know it was Jim?
I've been worried about you ever since that night on Denham 4.
Yeah, she was Nova, that one. Not nearly as much.
It's a rascal.
Feel any different?
Well, in a way, I feel better than I've ever felt before in my life. I'm getting a chance to read some of that long hair stuff you like.
Subtle music in the background. It's making the scene kind of unnerving.
If I hadn't aimed that little blonde lab technician at you.
You what? You planned that?
Well, you wanted me to think. Better be good to me. I'm getting even better ideas here. I'm trying to tell you I feel fine. When do I go back on duty?
I wonder how they did the effects for the eyes.
I'm going to ask Dr. Dana to keep you under observation for a while.
Almost 100 women on board. You can do better than that, friend Captain.
Interesting that Bones is not in this episode.
Didn't I say you'd better be good to me?
Yeah, we're best friends, right? Yeah. Please don't murder me. It's reading extremely fast.
He's reading even faster now than just a few moments ago. The one you used to know.
Was possible range of examinations and tests.
I mean, that's extremely frightening, right? He's learning to read faster and faster. Oh my god! I can see everything. This is scary.
I've never had a patient like you, Gary. Even the healthiest are generally off on some reading.
I've got nothing against you, Doctor.
Or against the walking freezer unit. Women professionals do tend to overcompensate.
Everybody seems worried that I don't have some kind of a fever or something. Maybe if I could just change the...
It's the fever of the brain.
How did you do that?
I just thought of making it happen, and it does. It just... Hey, watch this, Doc.
Stop it. Stop it. You were dead for almost 22 seconds. There were no readings at all.
This is some crazy power.
Like going halfway through the ship's library in hardly a day.
Do you remember everything you read that quickly?
Yeah.
On any tape?
I love his wings. Slender feathered things with grace and upswept curve and tapered tip.
It's a library in his brain.
It's funny you picked that one, Doctor.
Why?
Most passionate love sonnets of the past couple of centuries.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying no.
How do you feel?
How do you feel? What are you two doing?
To light my eyes bother you, pal, it's all for our good-looking lady doctor here.
Main engines are gone, unless we can find some way to re-energize them.
I'm not joking, Lee. You activate those packs and you'll blow the whole impulse.
I'll get on it right away. I just wanted to stop by and make sure you were okay. See you later.
Seen those points, and he hadn't noticed their condition. The image of what he'd seen was still in his mind.
Oh, it's reading people's minds now.
But naturally, I checked out the circuit anyway.
Not even just their minds, but the
I don't know how, but he was...
images they have in their mind.
I became so interested in observing Gary, Mr. Mitchell.
Our subject is not Gary Mitchell.
He told me that you've been friends since he joined the service, that you asked for him aboard your first command.
It is my duty, whether pleasant or unpleasant, to listen to the reports that might affect the safety of this vessel. And it's my science officer's duty to see that I'm provided with that.
Saw some such indications?
And you didn't think it worth mentioning?
No one's been hurt, have they? A mutated superior man could also be a wonderful thing. The forerunner of a new and better kind of human being.
Like Khan and the human race already been through this?
He will have attained powers we can't understand and can't cope with. Soon, we'll be not only useless to him, but actually an annoyance.
You see, like, if he stayed like that, could he become that god
Of this.
creature from Star Trek V?
We'll never reach an Earth base with him aboard, Jim. There's a planet a few light days away from here. Delta Vega.
We trapped in orbit there. We haven't enough power to blast back out.
It is the only possible way to get Mitchell off this ship.
If you mean strand Mitchell there, I won't do it. Even the ore ships call only once every 20 years.
Then you have one other choice. Kill Mitchell while you still can.
It's a tough situation for Kirk. He's a good old friend.
Assuming you make it while you still have time.
Will you try for one moment to feel? At least act like you've got a heart.
The captain of the Valiant probably felt the same way. And he waited too long to make his decision.
He blew up the whole ship, sacrificing everyone.
Desolate, but rich in crystal and minerals.
So perfect to drop Gary on.
We'll try to regenerate the main engines, save the ship, and if we're successful, maroon him there.
That seems a tactic Kirk uses a lot, because he did it with Khan as well, didn't he?
I'm thirsty.
Damn, this power is so useful.
It's like a man who has been blind all of his life, suddenly being given sight. Some people think that makes me a monster, don't they, Jim?
No, I didn't say that. I don't know who said that.
What would you do in my place?
Probably just what Mr. Spock is thinking now. Kill me.
Spock, why do you think that? Come on.
Stop it, Gary.
Who's force lighted?
I can't let you force me down there. I mean, I want to leave the ship, not yet.
This is about to get extremely bad.
I'm not sure yet just what kind of a world I can use. Where the things I could do, like maybe a god could do.
Oh, double team him. Right, chuck him on the black.
You fool, soon I'll squash you like insects.
Energize.
How do you manage to stay there?
There's not a soul on this planet but us.
Nobody but us chickens, Doctor.
Crazy facility.
The fuel bins leak. Could they be detonated from here? A destruct switch?
Guess I could wire one up right there.
Do it.
He's regaining consciousness.
Monitor him on the dispensary screen.
I'd like to stay now. Try to talk to it.
Remember those rodent things on Dimmerus? The poison darts they threw? I took one meant for you.
And almost died.
And now you're abandoning me on here and killing me.
Transporter room, you said something about us seeming like insects by comparison. Squashing us if we got in your way. Said if you were in my place, you'd kill a mutant like yourself.
Mr. Spock is right and you're a fool.
We need Gary back.
Time you'll understand that.
Jim.
His eyes went back to normal.
Fighting the force field drained his strength.
Where's it gone though? So maybe he's got to be electrocuted to get it out of him.
I'll just keep getting stronger. You know that, don't you?
Scotty's fixed the ship.
It fits like a glove, Captain. Mr. Spock, get the phaser rifle we sent down.
I didn't order any.
Oh,
Affirmative, landing party up.
that's badass.
Tried to get through the force field again. His eyes changed back faster. He didn't become as weak. All I know is logic. In my opinion, we'll be lucky if we can repair this ship and get away in time.
I mean, Spock is right.
Direct to the power bins. From here, you could blow up this whole valley.
I want you to hit that button.
Dramatic zoom in.
Mitchell, whatever he's become, keeps changing, growing stronger by the minute.
If he should try to stop us.
Kelso will be on the destruct button until the last minute.
I was about to say, don't tell him that, but he can read everyone's mind.
Our station seems to be running fine.
You're a talented thief, Kelso. Everything you sent up seems...
We should have remembered this. So he's not going to be able to push that button.
Should have killed me while you could, James. Command and compassion is a fool's mixture.
Okay, he's way too powerful. Were they working together this whole time?
It hit me too, whatever it was. Kelso is dead, strangled. At least Spock's alive.
Dr. Daner?
She'd went with Mitchell. We're headed across the valley to the left of the pointed peaks. There's flat lands beyond.
We're going to start a new civilization together.
Where, if you have not received a signal from me within 12 hours, you'll proceed at maximum warp to the nearest Earth base with my recommendation. No protest on this, Mark. That's an order.
Okay, Kirk's going Lone Ranger.
Take almost a miracle to survive here.
Well, then I shall make one. Behold.
Okay. He's gonna be so powerful, he's gonna be making his own planets. He is gonna be Genesis.
You can share this feeling, Elizabeth. Be like God, who have the power to make the world anything you want it to be.
What's Kirk going to do exactly?
What's wrong?
There's literally going to be Adam and Eve, but the Star Trek version.
A very foolish man.
We can see you, Kirk. You're not doing a very good job.
Let there be food.
I'm down with food.
Can you hear me, James? You cannot see me, I'm not there.
Go to him, Elizabeth.
Talk to him. Now that you're changing, I want you to see just how unimportant they are.
Is he going to become so powerful that when she gets that power, they're going to be jealous of each other?
Yes, it just took a little longer for it to happen to me.
Before it goes too far.
What he's doing is right. For him and me.
You're still human, or
No,
at least
I-
partly you are.
Before long, we'll be where it would have taken mankind millions of years of learning to reach.
And what will Mitchell learn on getting there?
Back while you still can.
Did you hear him joke about compassion? All else a god needs compassion! Mitchell! As powerful as he gets us.
So weird, him doing this speech, I could just see old Kirk in it from the movies.
Who's to stop him? He doesn't need to care. What do you see happening to him? What's your prognosis, Doctor?
Are they perhaps going to team up to defeat him?
I'm disappointed in you, Elizabeth.
I like the colourful effects.
Been contemplating the death of an old friend.
Huh, funny, I thought the same thing. You're not talking about me, are you? Oh no. Death by rocks?
God. Still driven by human frailty. Do you like what you see?
Time to pray, Captain.
I mean, it's not the only god Kirk's gonna see in his life.
That you die easily.
Jealous God. If all this makes a God, or is it making him something else? Absolute power, corrupting absolutely.
She's witnessing all this and she's learning still. They're gonna destroy each other.
You haven't much time.
When Kirk Punch, he proper winds up and then goes for it. I taught Charlie that one.
Gary, forgive me.
The moment is fading.
Thought he was gonna do it. Fighting by his grave. Whoa. Fighting in his grave. I did not see that coming. So now he's entombed? What about her?
I don't know what it's like to be almost a god.
Guess it's just in Kirk's nature. The God Killer.
Enterprise.
Just slayed two gods.
From Captain Kirk.
That I damn.
Dr. Elizabeth Dana. Be it noted she gave her life in performance of her duty. Lieutenant Commander Gary Mitchell. Same notation. I want his service record to end that way. He didn't ask for what happened to him.
I felt for him.
Completely righteous to do.
I believe there's some hope for you after all, Mr. Spock.
Well, guys, that was Star Trek Episode 3, Where No Man's Gone Before. And I gotta say, what a hell of an episode that was. The budget felt really high on that. I kind of getting the feeling that maybe this was one of the pilot episodes, just because the characters were all over the place. Spock was wearing a yellow uniform. There was no Bones. We got Sulu. We got Scotty. So it was a mixture of stuff. The budget was really high. We went to different planets, explosions, effects. That was really cool to see, and a good, interesting story. Two gods. Well, that's crazy how Kirk keeps running into these godlike creatures. They're not exactly gods, but they have the power of God and not the compassion, shall we say. I wonder how the next episode will go on from. I wonder if we'll go back into the series now. I believe you guys did say not to watch the pilot episode first because it features on later on in the series, and I'm wondering if this is it. Really cool, unique creatures. I loved the effects in their eyes. That was really nicely done. It was, the only problem is we had the other older Robert De Niro doctor. We didn't have Bones. It would be nice to see Bones, but obviously they were still working that out, I'm assuming. It was really cool. I love that laser gun with the multicolored effects on it, and them fighting at Kirk's grave. That was such unique scenery, and at the end of it, bury the god alive. So tell me guys what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.